Psychic Hunter David here, and it's Monday. Well, I wanted to put up another one because a lot of things have gone on, and my own hair's a mess from the rain. And I wanted to talk about some of the stuff that's going on right now. So we've had Pluto yesterday move back to Capricorn, and this is again something I reiterated in that longer, speech structure yesterday. But one of the things that's happened that's been really quite interesting is my own sense of insight. I remember I've done this for a very long time. I've reiterated this over and over and over again. I don't need accolade. I don't need to parade around with designer and diamonds. And, if I like antiquity, I like them because I do. I don't like them because it's what somebody else is going to feel in regards to what they sense with what I possess or what I own. It's all on loan. And I've said this to people since time immemorial. I think that the life experiences that I've had, some of them were sad. My mother dying when I was 17 was very heartbreaking. But in all honesty, I give gratitude that I have experienced this. And I think that the tastes that I have are essence of past lives. And I really believe that I've learned, and I think that I saw. It's really interesting when I watch movies such as Jane Austen, and I watch movies affiliated to other eras, especially eras of class distinction and entitlement. It really really plays on me. It bothers me, as it does today. And I think what it is the fact that we as a species haven't really evolved. We think we have, but we've evolved to a certain development in one area, and in another area we haven't. We can't get beyond I am, therefore I am. We can't get to the passionate intent. Some people do. There are some people that do. And then other people project their learned ability, but meanwhile there's a dollar sign attached. There's a dollar sign attached to, we've achieved this, we offer this course, we offer these things, and there's this huge dollar sign attached to it. So really, is it any different than anything linked to capitalism, which means, to me, really is an offshoot of aristocracy? The West carried an arrogance of landowner, owner, and leasee, which was a titlement that I am affluent and therefore you are not. It has nothing to do with the fact that each and every one of us cannot become millionaires. First of all, because money is only a means of exchange. It was created as a means of exchange. An initial barter system, which it will go back to again by the way of digital takes over. But again, it's caused divisions. And humanity still doesn't understand this. They don't recognize, wait a minute here. Why are the people that are in position of notoriety not doing things for free? Why can they not be doing things for free? If somebody's going to preach, and I listen to them all, I watch them all, I'm not going to name names. Some of them look fantastic for their age, thank God also to airbrushing and cosmetic surgery, but they don't necessarily promote, I'm giving this money all to charity. Because most of them can't. Barbara Streisand has, I have to give her credence, because she has. And I mean, to our knowledge, she has. I do believe she has, because I think that she is fair in her essence and knowing her ancestry and the struggles they came from. But I think in all honesty, with each and every one of us, this Pluto return, and at the same time in the next, few days into the next week, Saturn's going to retrograde in the last sign, Pisces. This is Neptunian, it's very deep. We don't want to get caught up with falsified fantasy, but we want to pay attention to what's really happening here. One of the things I recognize by the people that always become intimates in my life is I start to recognize and understand their objectives. It actually bothers me because I'd rather not. I'd rather go out and have wine and do things with people and actually be brain dead, but I can't. I've read too many people, I've been involved with too many people in my experience, intimately, interactively, and I don't mean sexually, I mean intimate as in interactive, and it's actually damaging. And I feel very badly for them. The depth of my soul states, wait a minute here, you don't get it. Get away from worrying about notoriety. Get away from being worried about economic and financial massive achievement. Those big homes and those castles and those mansions were hallowed halls. Most of those people of those eras that achieved were very miserably unhappy people. And to this day, I meet a lot of them that are hypermanic. They drink all the time. They're racing and racing everywhere. They don't stop. They don't stop to hear the raindrops. They don't stop to hear until it's too late. And most times I meet them when they're also at the last decade of their experience, which is over 70. And they actually are very intimate with me in conversation and make it very aware if I'd only known. My mother used to say to me, who was physically handicapped, a quarter African American, gave magnificent miracle of giving birth at 42 years old to a child, being handicapped and going through a C-section in her 8th month. She made it clear to me, you have 2 good arms and 2 good legs. Make sure you use them and live your experience. So you see, I think the thing we all need to look at, there's a lot of talk about passion, about passionate intent, passionate interaction, the depth of passion. Most people can't go there. They're afraid. They look at passion as the human animal's need to co-create. Sexuality, the drive toward sexuality, the drive toward orgasm is the human animal. It is an essence of energy that releases in the body to ensure survival of the species. Gay, straight, transgender, whatever it is, that's what it's for. So we have to pay attention to what are we doing? Why is there a need, constant need for social acceptance? People laugh about me all the time and I frankly don't care. Where I live here, I poke fun at the establishment on every occasion because I look and I actually think, my God, you're so out of touch. And it's actually sad. It's very sad. Because when those elements are pushed, these obsessive compulsive disorders start to show themselves. The fears that override the depth of where someone is really lost. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, believe me. I've had my own essence of what do I do? What am I doing? Why? Am I really passionate about this? The readings I am, because it's been my life journey in regards to helping. I mean, I have Venus and Mars and Aquarius. I mean, this is part of the story. But you see, the basis of it is we're in a very crucial life transformation, world transformation right now. The only thing each and every one of us can do is live your joy. And living your joy does not mean rushing. It does not mean being an expert. It does not necessarily mean that you have to worry about material gain. If you believe you're going to achieve, if you believe you're going to be fed, if you believe you're going to have a roof over your head, you'll create that. And that's a depth and an easy access. It is not as fearful and painful as you believe it is. I hear the other spectrum of people that have been raised with next to nothing. The anger and the venom that spurs there is based upon psychological societal mistreatment. That's where it's from. The escapism of people that go in through addiction issue, albeit alcohol, drug, anything that is substance-based, again, is racing. Racing to what? My old Scottish grandmother would say, all you're rushing to is your death. That's it. She lived a long life, struggle in the end, and never, ever spoke about her African-American father, which was very sad. But I want you to think about this today, and I want you to think about what we're in process of real assessment over now through January 24th, 2024. Pay attention, especially that Saturn's also going to retrograde over this summer. This is something for you all to think about and actually start to look at. Never mind the money and the material and the worry about a mortgage paid and that I own because it's all on loan. Pay attention. Are you living your joy? Is the person next to you in your experience? Are you really connected? Are you holding one another prisoner? Or are you actually fulfilled within your experience? And or do you need to reconnect? I just had a client this morning. I said, you need to get away and you need to talk. And you need to figure out, what are we doing? What are we doing with this? Anyway, you heard it here first. It's a little serious, but this is necessary because it's been bugging me. And I wish you all the best. And you know that I've always been there to listen to people for many years. And I want people to pay attention to the very things that I'm also questioning. Anyway, you heard it here first. Keep well. Bye-bye.